welcome, and hello. This is going to be awesome. Here we have NOVAstalife spawning as a Terran in the bottom left, going to go up against FXOpTiKzErO. Both these guys are from incredibly good teams, Nova Gaming and FXO. FXO actually just acquired QXC, which is going to be very, very exciting, as that team is pretty much stacked, all things considered. So here we have an incredibly strong Protoss player against one of the best Terran players that there is right now. Stalife actually won the last TQ Invitational. He's actually been in a lot of the TQ tournaments, going to the tournaments like the TQ Live, as well as been someone I've watched play a ton. Definitely one of the most beastly Terrans out there. You'll see the map is Xel'Naga Caverns, and it's actually a build order hider map, which is kind of cool, just to make sure that they that nobody in this tournament can actually go back and see what the really relevant TVP strategies have been for these guys. And now these guys are actually going to be competing in another tournament. Apparently today or tomorrow, actually, as FXOpTiKzErO is talking about that, they're going to both be competing in an NV tournament, which should be exciting. And now you do see that I have the score here, as well as the actual food count from the overlay, the Blizzard overlay. So these two overlays actually work perfectly with each other, and that's definitely going to be awesome. And Stav's apparently just bargaining with FXOpTiKzErO about who wins today and tomorrow. Going to go ahead and create their own little scandal from StarCraft 1. Hopefully some of you guys can actually get that Brood War reference from that scandal, as that's actually pretty relevant in esports. And now they're just saying, haha, I'm going to go ahead and win both of them. So these guys being very good-natured with each other and just generally exciting. Now, I do want to take a second and go ahead and mention that Zeke.com has been very, very kind to TQ. And, yeah. And Atticus is the observer over there. Going to go ahead and just talk to these guys, as he does have conversations with Stalife, as we both cast him all the time. Atticus would be co-casting right now if it wasn't for technical difficulties, which are screwing up everything, which is rather unfortunate. But guys, say thank you to Zeke. Zeke.com does hold a lot of tournaments. You should definitely check those guys out. Very, very kind people. You'll also notice that down here I do have a link to a YouTube channel that is where VODs are going to be. Lots of VODs are there. You actually can see FXOpTiKzErO playing a couple games against Root Cats in a very, very interesting turn of how everything was played in that, as Root Cats is definitely an insane player. It's awesome to see what he's capable of. So let's watch what these guys are doing. We do see FXOpTiKzErO playing very standardly. Got a gateway and getting the Zealot first. And he's got his summoner score just finishing. Going to be able to get Warp Gate as well as a Stalker immediately. Looking extremely normal. No second gas quite yet. And we look down here in Stalife space. We do see the second refinery going down. He does have a Marauder going down. Does not seem like he's getting cluster shells, as that's not finished or started. Factory is out. We do have a single Marine out. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't get a Reaper to try and get the scouting with this early tech lab without getting any forms of tech for it. But now, what is Stalife going to be doing? He could be trying to get up some more tech, as he does have a factory going down. Might be going for a Banshees. That is a very early double gas. So that's definitely something that would not be a bad decision on his part. Here we have FXOpTiKzErO considering to work out of just one gateway. He might be trying to go for a 1-gate fast expand, trying to play for the extreme economy, as that is definitely a strong move if he can just keep it up. And he's just setting down this probe, and he's got he's approaching on 400 minerals. This does seem to be what his plan is. Will it actually be effective against Stalife, though? There it is. Nexus does go down. FXOpTiKzErO is now going to start trying to just survive the early game and play for the mid to late game. Stalife, if he is going to go for it, there is a starport. Looks like we are going to be seeing a Banshee build. He's getting the bunker down, and he's rallying units into that bunker. This Marauder is really going to help deal with any type of stalkers and get some DPS against that stalker, as 4 gates are very stalker heavy generally. Then if he's fearing for that, then it's quite possible, as he did never see this gas get thrown down, which is actually a very good indicator for a 4-gate. But here we have FXOpTiKzErO throwing down a second gateway. I'm going to be expecting to see Robo or something. He needs to know the timing of a Banshee. He does have the gas for it, just waiting for minerals. Maybe he's going to throw down another gateway. It's unclear. Another gateway. You have a 4-gate transition, probably going to try and put in some pressure. But here we have this SEV going to go ahead and make Stalife feel very good that there is a natural expansion that he could theoretically hit with this Banshees, as he does know there's no tech. He's seen the second gas and walked in and just saw all these gateways. He knows there's no Robo on the field coming, and here we actually see him researching Cloak for his Banshees. This could be very, very, very bad for FXOpTiKzErO, as Stalife could easily take advantage of a very solid timing window that FXOpTiKzErO is going to be vulnerable to. We do see the first Banshee is almost done. Cloak is going to be done by the time that second Banshee finishes. Another barracks being thrown down for Stalife. No command center from him, though. He's really going to try and destroy the economy of FXOpTiKzErO as quickly as he possibly can. Alright, so now we can continue to watch the Tech Lab being thrown down into another barracks as he's got the second Banshee queued up. First Banshee's about to pop. Will he actually use it though, or he's going to hide it? Looks like he might just be hiding it down there, trying to get the cloak out before anything happens, as we do still see no detection from FXOpTiKzErO. He's going to try and do a push though. He's going to have all these Stalkers, a Sentry, and the Zealot up here. No expansion yet from StarLife. He's running around with a few Marines, going to try and pick off any proxy pylons that are out there, but this, if he actually pick off this probe before a pylon gets thrown down, that could be a very good move. But it does seem the pylon's already in production down here. Not the best one, but it's going to go ahead and move in. And did the probe see this Tech Lab? That is the question on top of that starport. He did not, so he really has no idea about these Cloak Banshees. However, you do see that a robo is being thrown down somewhere. Looks like there it is at the natural expansion. But look at this. Banshee is now in there. Cloak has finished, and there it is. Styles to go ahead and cloak and take out a ton of probes. We are going to have, Guardian Shield's not going to do much in this case, as Styles is going to continue to push in, and now we have this guy messaging me about the tournament. We're going to go ahead and watch StarLife continue to use this Banshee for as much as he can. And gotta run tournament, contact opponent. Okay. Alright, now, okay, here we have continue pushing in. And why is he not taking out more probes? He really could be doing that right now. Yeah. And now here we go. The Banshees again. It's about to run out of the energy though. It's down here at 10 energy. Taking out a lot of kills though. 10 kills. And actually we have another Banshee coming in here, and he's going to just start taking out the units. Yeah, that Stalker could go down very quickly. There it is. But this Banshee is no longer cloaked. This Banshee is now running around. Going to go into the natural expansion. Continue to take out more units. And there it is. More kills. Look at this. 4 kills. 15 kills total. And he's just going to go ahead and keep on one-shotting probes. Doing a great job of harassing right now. But where is the Expo from StarLife? There is no Expo from StarLife. He's just completely one-basing this. He's going for a really all-in-ish build as FXOpTiKzErO. He does only have 26 pros left at 32 SCVs of StarLife. StarLife's now at 33. So StarLife's completely oversaturated. FXOpTiKzErO is frantically trying to chrono boost out whatever he can. He's also got observers on the way. But his income is actually still going to be fairly good. As you can see, it's actually ahead of StarLife, as StarLife is being forced to do a lot more with just on one base, but he doesn't have the distribution from the probes that FXOpTiKzErO does have. And there we have the command center being thrown down. And now, what? You blocked, get slammed, apparently. He's on. Alright, so now, apparently this is going to continue going on. We do have, lag from somebody, I didn't see who that was, but here we have StarLife with 3 Banshees still there. And now, just play. But now, anyway, so now here we go. We do have all these Banshees moving in with a really strong push, a lot of DPS. Atticus has now left the game, which is unfortunate for him as he's missing a huge push from StarLife. But StarLife isn't microwing. FXOpTiKzErO, he's not throwing down any kind of force fields or anything. He's more freaking strict Stalkers, which is actually going to do really well. But all these Banshees are doing so much damage, and now they're going to go ahead and get sniped. But they're not cloaking. StarLife has cloak. He's just not using it. All these Marauders are here getting taken out, and now there we have, oh wow, so FXOpTiKzErO just held off really well. Zakai was just too strong, being able to warp in all those reinforcements. It was incredibly helpful in fending off StarLife's Banshees, and StarLife, one lone Banshee is going to go ahead and retreat. His command center is almost done. But if you look at the resource counter station right now, we do see FXOpTiKzErO is ahead by 3. Which is very, very significant right now, as he does have a double base. StarLife did just finish his command center, but he's going to go ahead and get more of into orbital command inside his base before flowing it down here. He could actually get more income if he just floated down there and then transferred SCVs to get that better saturation earlier on. StarLife does have, okay, he's pausing for a second. What's going on? There's a question mark. So we have a pause from StarLife. We're going to see what is happening. This is kind of strange. We'll see what is up from StarLife in a second, whether he's okay with resuming. But he's not saying why he paused it, which is kind of curious, but right now, just talking about the game a little bit more, we do have StarLife staying on one base, just now about to get his second base, 12 minutes into the game. He did kill a lot of probes, so you can see the units lost tab is definitely in StarLife's favor. He did do a ton of damage. He's not that far behind. Actually, he's ahead in food count at this moment, as he does have 66 food to FXOpTiKzEro's 64. However, look at the units, we do see that they actually have fairly even worker counts, and with StarLife about to get a second base, this could actually be very, very beneficial. We'll see. Yep, and there it is. They're going to start going in. We do have these guys on actually fairly equal footing. Stalife's Banshees really kept him in the game. If FXOpTiKzErO hadn't gotten that harassment, dealing damage to him, then he would actually be in an incredibly good position. But because Stalife was taking out so many probes, that it forced so much so much money going back into creating probes that FXOpTiKzErO was really held on the back foot for that. And Stalife, there we go, just now getting up his base, and the Raven, oh god, this Observer might go down. The Raven does move faster than the Observer, and it's also getting taken huge, but it's going across, oh my god, FXOpTiKzErO got so lucky with that Observer. He does know about the Raven, though, and that's actually a fairly good bit of information, but Stalife is going to go ahead and now distribute his SCVs between his natural, and there's, okay, now FXOpTiKzErO is going to go ahead and pause as he got a phone call, and at least he's telling why, and hopefully that will end in a second, as these guys are really playing really well, all things considered. For the fun of it, APM is massive on both these guys, part 151, 196. There's a pause, not really much going on, but we do go ahead and look at the production tab. We can see a Twilight Council being put down, as well as a Colossus being produced, as well as Extended Thermal Lance. So it does seem that the Robotics Bay did finish for FXOpTiKzErO, and is really going to allow him to start taking him to a really good Death Ball. The Protoss Death Balls is going to probably load up with a lot of Stalkers, a few Sentries, and Colossi. Definitely a very, very good mix. And looks like FXOpTiKzErO is now ready. We're waiting for StalifeLife. Yep, there it is. Now we're going to go ahead and continue the game. We look over here. We do see that Robo building that Colossi. We do have an Observer. Look at this. FXOpTiKzErO has multiple Observers. He has 4 Observers on the map. That is actually very underrated. Look at FXOpTiKzErO. FXOpTiKzErO's vision. He does have an Observer on top over there, an Observer over here in the middle, and look at this, an Observer on this side as well, and then there's one with his army too. So he's really spreading Observers, definitely wants to spot drops without letting him realize he's not using pylons or anything. He's leaving this an invisible unit to watch for the drop and not clue in Stalife that he knows about the drop. So Stalife can go ahead, drop, and get his units taken out. Looks like FXOpTiKzErO also wants to get this gold. Stalife is just now also producing another command center, but with this Observer over there, I don't think, does FXOpTiKzErO know about this command center? No, he does not. But he's going to go ahead and look and see that that Stalife is taking out these gold rocks, so he knows that this base wants to be taken, at the very least they have everything. And look at this, there's a third from FXOpTiKzErO going up at the gold, and actually, this could be a great move. You can see that he's got almost 500 from each of his mineral patches, which would be great to get that gold income ASAP. And I am going to go ahead and, okay, casting. And now we're going to go ahead and hopefully that he's not going to talk. I do stay not busy because of this attack that's going on. Look at this, though. But Stalife is going to go ahead and move in and start taking out this Colossus. This is actually looking bad for FXOpTiKzErO. Stalife's recovery has been great from losing that stuff. Plus, he has the Cloaked Banshee in the mix, just doing a ton of DPS. Warping units taking down so much damage. And now this Nexus is about to go down at FXOpTiKzErO's gold base. This guy should be very bad. There it is. It gets canceled. And now look at it. FXOpTiKzErO is starting to look a little worse for wear. He's definitely behind the food count. We do see that the Colossi are being made, but Cloaked Banshee is going to go ahead and picking off some units. And I don't think there are any Observers in the map. I think got or at least near here. And this, are you serious? This Banshee is doing so much damage to this Colossus. Oh god, there's GG from FXOpTiKzErO. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to game number 2 in a second, as FXOpTiKzErO is now down 0-1.